Hey everyone, I thought I would do a life update video today. I've never done one of them before, and obviously I've been doing YouTube now for about over a year now, and I've just never had like a sit down video where I've spoke about my life and kind of what's going on and how I'm feeling and just kind of like what's generally going on in my life. So I thought I'd grab a cup of tea. Grab yours if you haven't got one already. I've got a little list over here, so I've got some things written down that I definitely want to mention. Now the first thing I wanted to talk about is something that's hard to talk about and is like close to home, but it's a big part of me and it's a big part of what I've gone through the past few months, should I say. And I don't know, I just felt like now was kind of the right time to share that information. Let me take a sip of my tea. Although I've got no milk, so I'm about to have a super sugary black tea. So you may not know, or you may know, don't know. I didn't really mention it at the time, but there was a video a couple of weeks ago where I did briefly mention it in the car, just chatting away, and didn't really think about it. And I edited it, didn't think about it, uploaded it, didn't think about it. And then a few people messaged me like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your miscarriage. And obviously I was like, oh, I didn't even realise I had kind of like mentioned it, and I was a bit like, oh, a bit like shit. I didn't mind or anything like that, but you know when you just, it's so normal to you, and I forget that there's certain things that people on YouTube don't know about me or know about Josh, and I just say them and then don't think about it even when editing. But I'm kind of glad I mentioned it because I think it's a good thing to talk about. Like, I don't want it to ever be something that I don't want to talk about. But I did want to kind of mention how I'm coping with that and how I have coped with it. If you didn't know already, I miscarried in March and I was 12 weeks pregnant. I found out at my 12-week scan. So me and Josh went for our 12-week scan together, and in the room, the lady just basically said that there wasn't a baby there anymore. It wasn't that, you know, the baby I couldn't see the baby, I couldn't hear the heartbeat, nothing. There was just nothing on the screen. There was nothing in my belly. And the lady said it was basically called something like I think it's a miscarriage or something. And I had basically miscarried a couple of days before, and it already started to kind of come out of my body, and that's why there was nothing on the screen. This was the explanation we were given anyway. So we were kind of just discharged from hospital, and that was it. I just got told to go home. I did get given options on what type of miscarriage we kind of wanted to have, or I wanted to have. At the time, I wasn't really aware of kind of the options I did have, and I wasn't made fully aware by the health professionals and the nurses or midwives or whatever they are, like, of my options. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I just decided that I was going to have a natural miscarriage. I just thought that would be kind of the best option for me. I was just so wrong. I mean, I'm not saying this is for everyone, maybe that is the best way for some people, but for me it was just the wrong decision. I had a really horrible time with it. So I'd obviously found out I'd miscarried on the Wednesday in March, actually on the day I was meant to find out obviously if the baby was okay. That was the Wednesday, and it wasn't until the Friday night I actually started to like miscarry, like pass the baby. So it was a really long, painful, horrible process. I had to call a paramedic out because it was just, I couldn't deal with the pain. And obviously, if you know about miscarriages, a lot of blood. The cats are fighting. Boys! Oh my goodness. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just not a nice experience anyway. Once it's kind of, I'd passed the baby and done it, and like it all done, and I'd gone through the process. It was kind of time for the healing process, obviously for my body and also for me mentally. It's taken a really long time to kind of get used to the idea that I'm not actually pregnant anymore. And that might sound really weird because obviously that was months and months and months ago, but it's one of those processes that kind of like just takes a lot longer to take in. I can't explain it. Like, it's not something that some people think that you can just get over it, and it's just like oh, get over it, like what are you worried about, like it wasn't actually here. But it's not like that. And if you've miscarried before, and you're watching this, you'll know what I mean. It's like the minute you see that little stick with the line on it, it's like you're a mum, and then literally you think for 12 weeks you're a mum, and then all of a sudden somebody turns around and goes, oh no you're not. That's literally how it feels. Back to it anyway. I don't know how that turned into a big miscarriage story, but the past few months I've been really struggling, and when we first moved to Stone, I really felt like I can't explain it. It was hard. I'm living in an area now where everybody has children my age. Everybody's like growing up, and if they haven't got one child, they've got two. And you're in an area where it's kind of a constant reminder that you lost one, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying like, oh, woe is me and oh, poor me, but you know, it happened and I'm okay with it now. But that's something that in my life, since I've been doing YouTube from March, has affected me greatly. Like, it's something that's always in the back of your mind, and it's something that like kind of will never go away, and I never want it to. But the birth date for the baby would have been the 20th of September, obviously this month. And I feel like when that date's gone, the feeling of sadness will go away, but will be made easier because it's not a constant reminder like, oh, it's coming up, oh, you could have been given birth now. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's going to be easier, I think, after the birth date's gone. But yeah, anyway, that's been like a big part of my life recently that I thought I'd want to share. It hasn't affected me that I've been crying every day or anything like that. It's just a big part of who I am now, and I think it's a big thing that's happened in my life and that I'll just never forget. And I think it's good to talk about things, and that's why I thought I would talk about that side of my life that's happened that I've never shared with anyone. So so the next thing I was going to mention was that obviously, if you have been watching us, you'll know that we lived in London together. Me and Josh met at uni, stayed living there for 5 years, and now we've moved back to Stone, and we moved back to Stone about 3 months ago. And moving back to Stone was genuinely the best decision. It was a really hard move. We really struggled because it's such a culture shock. Like, we had moved obviously from London, like the busiest city, I swear, like it's just so busy. Moving from London to Stone was just so different, that it's a different way of life, different people, and it was just a proper culture shock. And I'm not gonna lie, for the for the first 2 months, I hated it. Now, on the vlogs, you're gonna probably be like, what? Because everyone always like, oh, you look so happy. Yeah, we were happy. The vlogs that I've put up, I was genuinely super happy when filming those vlogs. Like, we had such a laugh on those days that I filmed and caught on camera. So it's not that they were fake. Mowgli's literally here by the camera. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's not that those days that we filmed, like, I wasn't happy. I was. Like, I wasn't faking it. Like, I was. They were genuine emotions, just normal life, just with the camera out. But behind those days, the days before that, going to work, because I was also in a new job, were really, really, really hard. Josh wasn't working. Josh only recently, the start of this month, started working in a graphic design job in Birmingham. So I was the only one working. It was just so hard. Like, I've never cried so much. Those first 2 months, I think I didn't go a day without crying. It was just really hard. And the only days I did go out crying was the days I was filming, because vlogging is just, I love doing it. It's like a passion, and when I'm doing that, I feel most happy. You'd think the days after moving would be the hardest, like the first couple of days, but they were the most exciting. It was the weeks, a couple of weeks after moving here, it really hit home that we'd moved here. By like the 3rd week, I was like, all my friends at work will tell you, if you spoke to them, that like I was horrible at work. I was just like, I hate it here, I hate being here, I had made the wrong decision, I want to go back to London, and literally that's all I said, and I just hated it. And I thought, what have I done? Why have I moved here? And then I can't tell you what it was, but the start of this month, maybe a week before the 1st, it just set in. I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy here. I think it was that Josh had got a job. It took so much pressure off me. It was like a weight had been like lifted off my shoulders. I was just so much happier, and I just thought, oh, I can enjoy my job, I can chill out, I can earn money, but Josh is earning money too. So I had money to spend on myself. I had made friends finally at work. Like, I felt like I actually had a group of friends, and everything kind of just fell into place after that. And ever since, I've just been really happy here, and I just can't stop smiling because I'm just so happy. Like, I love my house now, and it's all coming together, and we bought the new rug and all the plants and all the artworks on the walls, and it feels like home now. When we first moved here, it didn't feel like home, and I kept saying to Josh, I feel like home's still London, whereas now it genuinely feels like home, and that just makes me like so happy. I thought I would mention my work as well. So I don't think I've ever told you what I do. I don't think so. Don't know. I'm a recruitment consultant. So like, if you don't know what that is, you basically like hire people for jobs. It's about a 15-minute drive away from the house, my workplace is. And I really enjoy my job now. I get there super early, and I make me and Karen, another lady, a cup of tea in the morning or a coffee in the morning, and I get in and do my work, and I work with a big group of people that are just lovely. Like, everyone in my office is just so friendly and lovely. Just a really, really nice set of people to work with. And I'm really enjoying it now. I enjoy meeting targets, and I enjoy getting people jobs. I love talking to people on the phone. So yeah, I really enjoy my job now. For now, it's really good. I like it. I like going to work. I'm really wary about this video being way too long, so I'm gonna kind of like wrap this up now. I feel like I haven't mentioned half of what I wanted to mention. Overall, my life now is so much better than what it's been in the past 2 months, say, no, 3 months of moving here. It's been really hard adjusting to the culture shock and leaving all my friends in London, because as you probably know if you've watched us, I used to work in Selfridges on Oxford Street, and it still is one of the best jobs I've ever had and probably will ever have in my entire life. I just loved that job. It was the best company, the best people. I loved it, but it was just such a culture shock, and it's such a shock to the system, that the past 3 months have been really hard. And I can finally say now that my life, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying being here, and I can't wait for the day me and Josh, you know, have a baby and have a dog. And the direction our life's taking now is just to relax, chill, enjoy life, spend time with family, drink lots of tea, put the open fire on, and like, we spend so much money on wood, by the way, guys, I need help, but like, buy more artwork because we have more money. Like, Josh can finally get the laptop he's always wanted. We can go out in our garden, we grow chilies and plants. We've got such a country bumpkin lifestyle. But yeah, that's kind of a life update. How many did I do with that? I think you're only meant to do 2. Like, life update. No, life update. I don't know. It's been hard, but it's got better. And hopefully it's going to just get better and better and better. Hope so. I hope this video was kind of a little update of what's been going on in the past couple of months, as I know we haven't really spoke about our lives as such, or my life as such. And I hope you enjoyed it if you did watch it all, if you managed to listen to me for this whole video. I've just been rambling on. If there's anything else you'd like to know about or like me to mention, just let me know. I know I've had a couple of people say that they would like to hear like a miscarriage video. You know, if that would interest you, then, you know, let me know, because I know some people like to kind of watch things to help cope and hear about other people's experiences and what to look out for and stuff like that. But you know, it's, you know, just let me know in the comments or private message me. It's completely up to you. Anyway, I've put my Instagram links and also my Twitter links down below as well as Josh's, so you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter if you want to. Not that we've got much interesting things to say on it, but right, bye guys, see you later, bye.